counterattacks a good chance for Elon tonight, especially if you get a lot of bodies in the box. NC State's going to take up a lot of space, so you want to get your opportunities before NC State can get anybody back on defense.
I like that. And NC State takes the ball and kicks it right over to Elon's side of the field, giving up possession pretty immediately, but I'm sure there's some sort of game plan with that.
Oh, that absolutely was planned, to put it in the corner, force a throw in deep, and you can already see the Wolfpack circling as they try to get in there and take this throw and possess deep.
Now that ball looked like it went off the leg of an Elon defender, but Sir called it against State.
It definitely went off of Jenna Colwyn, number 3 for NC State. She's working on it now. You have to win the battles on the outside. That's where most of the space is going to be tonight.
And as we got a little fight down here in NC State's end, that's looking like it's number 4, Hannah Keogh, the freshman. Tried to center it, Elon did, but just a good way to get it out of there by Mackenzie Stelges, number 26 freshman also. Long kicking, and Elon looking like they just want to kick this ball at the goal and hopefully get something by Stelges there, who's already given up actually 3 goals on the expedition here. Down out the midfield there by Stelges, and that's controlled by NC State down in Elon's zone. Out to the far side of the field, making a little effort for it, but just too far out of reach on that far side.
That's a good sequence for NC State. Control the ball out of the air, off of the punt, and then move with it. That last pass from Gentry just didn't quite work out going to Rachel Cox, but they have to watch out here. Elon's coming right back.
Right back. Ooh, that's a hard collision out there, but no call, it looks like. Play on. NC State will just get it out of there and set their people back up. Elon will have the throw in here.
Well, that was a good no call. There was contact there, but the primary contact was with the ball. It came first, and both players went down, so you let play go on. I think that was a good call.
Certainly a good call, and certainly way to pay attention there by the officiating crew. NC State tries to clear it out of their box, goes right back to Elon. Elon controls the ball at midfield. That is number 5, Jenny Rayner. Reamer. My mistake.
So now it looks like Elon will possess the ball down on the near side here. Not a lot of help coming over. In fact, right now the only one we're seeing is Alexis DeGroot down the side. So it looks like Elon's going to try and take advantage of some one-on-one matchups here. Doesn't work out. It looks like DeGroot got her arm hooked there around the defender. So a foul called and NC State gets the free kick.
Taking that long kick there is number 4 for NC State, and that's going to be Hannah Keogh, also the freshman out of San Diego, California. Right back to Keogh here. NC State just looking to get something developing downfield.
Well, they're being very patient. They're not settling for the long ball yet. They're still trying to work it down there and possess on the ground. So it's a good start. NC State with the majority of the possession here to start. That's what you want to see. Make the other team chase.
Elon's able to get in front of this ball. NC State's trying to clear it out, but Elon's being very ferocious with their efforts and keeping the ball in NC State's zone. Until, just as I said that, and NC State controls the ball, and then Elon gets it back. Elon's backline working with it and kicks it up out the midfield, up to number 11, Glenn Taylor. Taylor back to the back line. We're coming over here to number 5, and that's going to be Jenny Reamer.
All right, now both teams defensively just content with allowing the other team space in the back. It's really getting physical, though, here in the middle of the field, both teams taking away space. So it looks like, at least in terms of an offense or in terms of the back line, they're not going to have a lot of pressure getting it out. Good foul call there. Gentry, two-hand shove, goes down after she's hit in the back. So a good chance here for NC State. You're about 10 meters past the halfway line. So this one can be placed in a very good spot in the box. And if NC State, they have Jackie Stengel and Caroline Gentry, namely the two big heads in there who could try and get this one in.
And as you said, namely Stengel is someone to watch for.
She's been the offensive catalyst every time she's on the field. It looks like we have a offside call on that, but she is one to watch out for. She'll be playing pushed up from the midfield. My guess would be for the entirety of this game. She's the only NC State player with a goal so far this year.
McCauley with the kick out the midfield. Little too much pushing there on the side of Caroline Gentry, number 25 for NC State. Elon will take the ball, free kick just behind midfield. They opt for the easy one over. Down to the close corner. Nope. Through ball there, right over to Key. Oh, nice job by NC State's back line to not let that ball get through.
Strong job by the NC State back line to stay pushed up and challenge. They know they have the more skilled players tonight, so they're going to try and take advantage of that. And then when you're at the top of your box, you don't want to give too much space anyhow. Well played.
For sure, and NC State's controlling this ball around midfield on the far side right now. Elon's certainly pressuring, and NC State opts to go back towards their own goal. Great ball here by NC State, moving it along the far side. Pressure by Elon, and that's looking like it'll be a corner for NC State. Chris, this is NC State's first corner in the first period of the game this season, their fourth of the season.
And that's one of the things you and I looked at before this game started is NC State gives up a lot of corners, and I think the tally was 11-3 in the first two games. So especially in a game like this where you have a little bit of a size advantage, you want to get as many corners as you can.
The ball in, nothing happening from there, but NC State gets to go right back to it.
That's Keogh over there taking the corner, and that one just wasn't up in the air enough. If it's higher, it gets through to the other side.
And just as you mentioned, she put a little bit more arc on that one, but maybe not close enough to the goal. But NC State still able to control it out. That's over number 3 here. NC State just trying to get something working, but not quite. Elon's defense just too strong right now.
Well, the thing was they were all pushed back for the corner, so you wait and let them stretch out and find the holes afterwards. It's exactly what NC State did here, though. Clearly didn't quite work out.
And Elon will just clear this ball. And Chris, we talked about Caroline Gentry, number 25 for NC State, being a certain dominance, especially for NC State. But how about her number opposite, Susanna Anderson, number 25 for Elon, was actually the one that just cleared that out. She is definitely one to look for, playing midfield or forward position here in this game. And she's running up, about to get the ball crossed to her right now, probably. Ooh.
That's an excellent reactionary play there by Steljes. She does a good job waiting in a good position out far enough that she's able to take away the angle, but not out far enough that a player with the ball can get around her, and she makes the save. But NC State going to have to get this out.
Definitely going to have to get this out. And, I mean, this corner is forgivable because Steljes was ready for that, and she was able to defend it. She could have just given up right when the ball got deflected away from her, but was ready for it. It was nice. The corner here.
Another good save there by Steljes to cover that near post. As the ball came in, you could see her adjust and go over towards that post, and that's exactly where the shot goes. Good positioning by the keeper there.
She definitely adjusted well there, but Glenn Taylor on Elon's side made a good job of getting contact with the ball and just putting it in towards the goal. McCauley will clear this out the midfield, just over the head of number 25, Susanna Anderson there. That's going to be just too aggressive there for number 22, Kalen Balk there for NC State. So Elon will get the ball just in front, just towards the end of that circle, about at midfield.
That's one thing you have to be careful when you have such a size advantage. Sometimes you're going to knock players over and get called for fouls, so you have to be careful when you're using your size at the same time.
Rachel Cox battling for the ball, also knocks the Elon defender down, but no call. I think it was a good no call.
I think it was advantage. It had to have been. There's clearly an arm around Cox on that one, but she does a good job fighting it off.
Elon will take the throw in here around their side of the field. Man, just a size advantage for NC State here just can be so obvious at times. That's Caroline Gentry running with the ball, trying to cross it over there to number 10, Jackie Stengel, but just too far out of her reach.
One thing you have to look out for, too, NC State does have some speed on this team, and it looks like that might be what they're trying to use down the sides. They're forcing the ball up to the forwards and what I guess you would call offensive midfielders today, and then pushing it out and trying to work up and get the ball in. It's worked a couple of times, but they haven't really had a quality scoring chance yet.
Luckily, only 12 minutes, almost 12 minutes into this match, so not much to complain about on either side either that we've seen gone wrong. That ball rolls out just on the opposite side of the flagpole, and that's going to be a throw-in for NC State. Once again, just bullying the Elon defenders, though not really trying to. That's number 25, Caroline Gentry, with the footwork. And Elon will try to clear this one out, but NC State maintains possession. Comes over here to the near side, and that's number 2, Dana Tomiko. Not quite enough for NC State. Elon will clear it out. Controlling it, number 4, the freshman, Hannah Keogh.
It's a good look from Tomiko. She was trying to find Stelgis making a crossing run across the field. And the only thing I would disagree with is the decision to play that ball on the ground. I get she was trying to play it in front and let Jackie come in and take it, but you might be better in that scenario to put it into the corner and just let Jackie chase it.
And Jackie will chase it. Jackie has some speed on her, and she's ready to let it rip, especially after not playing at all last season with her injury.
She played a little bit at the beginning of the season, but I do think she's ready to go. She comes out and in her first appearance this season puts up a goal for the Wolfpack, so not a bad start.
We're seeing Calwell working with it right here about midfield. Putting the ball up, almost really good positioning, but misplayed here by Elon and able to just keep it out. Elon controlling it midfield, kicking the ball up, going for a through ball. Good job by NC State's backline to not let that one through. That was Hannah Keogh, who now has the ball. Over to Bonner. Chris, what I like from this NC State team that I'm seeing right now is they're leveling the field, they're balancing, they're playing the entire field, they're not sticking to just one part of the field.
Oh, and that's one of the keys to any soccer game, and the way that I look at it, at least offensively, it's like a puzzle. You have to spread out, find the gaps. If one doesn't work, bring it back and try something else. And right now, that's what NC State's doing, and it's starting to build. You're seeing them control most of the play down on their offensive half, and it looks like they might have a chance here.
Oh, just intercepted there by Elon's back line, but NC State able to maintain possession still on their own side of the field. Trying to work with it was Jenna Kawa, but able to force Elon to kick the ball out there, and that'll be a throw-in.
That may have been a mishit ball by Reamer, one of the players on the back line for Elon. I would have thought she tried to play it up the line, and then she poked it straight out of bounds.
Kawa looking for Blackwood here, able to get it in, back to Kawa. Trying to cross it, but no one really there to receive the ball.
That one just kind of played in there for the sake of playing it in there. The only body in there for NC State was Caroline Gentry, and she was on the other side of the box. That one you may think about pulling out next time and looking for another way to create some offense.
Elon's back line will control this. That's Reamer. Up, looking for one of her partners, up number 17, but not able to meet her. Still just will let her players get down the field and she'll kick it out. Just over the head of Stengel. Caroline Gentry will control this. Back over to Rachel Cox on the far side. Gentry controlling. Running up, looking for a cross. Does she have anyone there? Bodies inside for Elon were preventing it, but another attempt just also failed by NC State. That's Jenna Kalwa.
That was an excellent play by Gentry. She waited as long as she could, got the ball in as close as possible, and when there was no chance in front of the net, she turned it back and found Kalwa, who got a decent shot off. That's one of the best opportunities for NC State that we've seen so far this evening, and it comes from patience, and that's what NC State has played like the entire time, very patient, and they're just going to wait on their opportunities. The only thing is you're not going to get as many of them if you sit back like NC State is right now. So if they're going to do that, those kind of opportunities have to be capitalized on.
They certainly do, Chris, and NC State's certainly going to look for other opportunities like that. I mean, the goal of soccer is to score goals, so that's what we'll be looking for here through the rest of the game. We had a substitution in an interim period. That's number 6, Samantha Birch, coming in for number 11, Glenn Taylor, on the side of Elon. Taylor Glenn, sorry, on the side of Elon. NC State trying to get something working just as they had before. Nice through ball there by, that's number 3. Jenna Kalwa. I'm going to get it, Chris. I will. NC State looked like they had a threatening opportunity there, but Elon just forwarded that out of there.
And a couple too many passes in a small area there for NC State, and that is usually what it comes down to, is can you connect those when you get in close, and just didn't quite work out for the Wolfpack. Tamaiko, a good run from the back, had the chance, but wasn't able to control it.
And certainly passing is a unappreciated art, I would say, of soccer. Too much of it can be bad, too little of it can be bad. You've got to find the balance that works for your team. Controlled by NC State. Nice attempt, but Elon able to clear it back out. Still just over to Keogh. Played up, controlled by NC State around midfield. Over to Tamaiko. Nice footwork there, and she's still maintaining possession. Hard collision, but no call.
That's not a bad run there by Tamaiko as she gets in there. She ran out of room and had no one to give it off to, and that's where she loses it. She needs someone running with her right now. She has at least seemed to be the biggest source of offense and the biggest catalyst coming from the back line.
For sure. NC State's near side, at least to our perspective, has been the part to generate the offense. They're certainly doing a good job of it tonight. Tamaiko with the ball again over to Kalwa. Kalwa with the through. That's Gentry inside the box with it.
Nice.
Trying to cross. Oh! Ooh, a shot by NC State there, just forwarded out. Kalwa almost had that goal, but a good opportunity there for Kalwa to try and generate some offense for this Wolfpack club.
Well, it's just good follow-up. Gentry gets in, can't beat her defender to the ball, but she gets to it off the deflection. And that's the biggest thing. Can you control off the second touch? Because the first touch, 8 times out of 10, is not going to be fully controlled. So Gentry gets it, finds a way to get that ball across, and the same way she was the last time. She waited till the last minute and then found the open player to give it off to, and it's created 2 good chances.
And it's great heads-up play, just as you mentioned, by Gentry. You don't want to force anything, especially in soccer when scoring chances can be few and far between. Nice footwork here by NC State. Just footwork just goes all around for this club. And if you're wondering, that's number 10, Jackie Stengel, co-captain redshirt sophomore of this club, who's able to control that ball. Bonner controlling it midfield, up. NC State looking for something to happen, but kicked just too far out of reach, and that was number 22, Kaylin Bach.
It looks like we will have another substitution coming in. Looks like it'll be Sydney Schilling who enters the game. Still waiting on a number of the player to go out. It looks like it might be Reamer.
I actually think it's Amanda Lassiter, number 3. Elon saves the ball, but just over there to Steljes. Steljes will hold on to it and let her players get downfield a little bit right now.
It looks like Elon trying to punch some energy into this lineup right now. They have another sub waiting to come in. Sarah Henson, number 16. She will come in for Reamer. But it looks like you're going to see a lot of subs out of Elon to try and keep the energy level up and stay with NC State, who's likely to keep this lineup for the majority of the first half, if not the majority of the game.
And it's nice to see NC State with this lineup because they have 5 freshmen in right now on the field. 7 total on the club. And Tomiko just not quite able to get anything generating for NC State's offense, but can't tell if Elon played that or just hit it out, because Tomiko will go for the throw-in right now.
It looks like Caldwell will get another chance here, poked out of bounds by DeGroot. And this is a deep throw, and this should be a good chance if NC State can find a way to get it across.
Just as we were talking about, NC State with a real opportunity there, but just kind of died, I would say.
There wasn't a lot of movement, and when NC State has had chances, the last one in particular where Gentry plays the ball back across after the initial ball, and you have players coming in down the opposite side, movement creates chances.
Movements creates chances, and as we're seeing from Elon right now, their players are running around when they don't have the ball, just looking for someone to get open. And right now that's why they're controlling it in NC State's zone. But the first real time they've done that this game, I would say. A great play there by Steljes to just get that ball out of the air and not let Elon have another opportunity.
That was just a poorly placed cross by Birch there from the opposite side. You want to try and get that ball to the far post just outside the 6-yard box to try to keep the keeper back in the net.
NC State almost had a little bit of a scare there, but still just able to clear it out for Gentry. That was Rachel Cox challenging the defender there. NC State with the ball now. That's number 9, Maxine Blackwood, on the far end of the field. But Elon will take possession of the ball and control it on the back line. Looks like we're settling back into a groove here. Teams looking for opportunities to kind of generate and being patient with the ball.
Well, you saw a little surge of energy there from Blackwood and Stengel up at the front line, but you try to keep those to a minimum and only when you have good chances. And what you see right there is how you're going to see Elon try to combat the size differential. They're going to be more physical. In a lot of cases, they're going to get away with it because they are the smaller team. That case, just a little bit too hard of a foul, and Tamaiko able to draw a free kick for NC State.
Chris, honestly, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that in this game so far. Oh, what a shot! NC State with the goal from out at the very corner of that box. That's number 13, Bonner, Ella Bonner. I'm mistaken, that was number 9, Maxine Blackwood. Out there on the far end. No, it was Bonner. All right. Chris is trying to correct me. I know I'm right.
That was an excellently placed ball there. You sit there, Bonner sits there just like she's supposed to clean up anything that squirts through. She had plenty of time. Excellent volley just over the outstretched arms of McCauley, and NC State's off and running.
When she kicked that ball, it looked like she had goal in her mind. I mean, she was looking for the goal. She was trying to get it in there. That's exactly what she did.
What that shows you is it was more about placement than power as well. That was not a hard shot. That was just put where the keeper couldn't get to it. And that's what you talk about. When you have those chances right around the 18, when you have time and you have space, you have to take advantage of them, and NC State takes advantage of their first one.
And that'll be Bonner's first career collegiate goal because she's also one of the freshmen that NC State is playing in this game right now. So that's going to be an exciting moment for her, too.
What you have to look for, and it's likely to be another rough season for NC State, or a tough one at least. In the ACC, you're always looking at very good teams, and when you play 4 or 5 freshmen, it's going to take them a little while, but to see production early is good. And if not for the rest of this year, starting next year and the year after, you're going to see some strong squads here for the Wolfpack because they have freshmen who are getting time.
Playing 5 freshmen is definitely a good idea. We're going to have a substitution here for Elon. Number 4 coming out is Mel Ainsley.
Yeah, Ainsley will come out and coming in, and Molly Gradle. She'll step in now, and you can continue to see the subs for Elon now.
NC State controlling the ball around midfield. I'm sure another goal for them would not be totally out of the question right now. Only 17 minutes remaining in this first half. They're certainly looking to strike in the first half of this game.
Well, the next 5 to 10 minutes of this match are going to be very important. After any goal, it always is, because the energy level picks up. You get a little boost of adrenaline on both sides. So you're going to see a little bit, I would expect, a little bit quicker pace of play here for the next 5 to 10 minutes before it settles back down. So you have to stay aware as a team. You cannot let anything slip by because the other team's going to be ready to take advantage.
Which makes it very important for both these clubs to be ready for something to happen. NC State needs to ride this momentum, as you said. And we're seeing again here a little bit physical play by Elon, just trying to counter that size, as you mentioned earlier, Chris. But too hard there, and NC State will get a free kick.
We have to avoid extending the arms from all the way across the field. Here, we could see that, so clearly your referee in the center of the field is going to see it as well. You can get away with hip checks and some shoulders, but as soon as those arms extend, it's almost always a guaranteed call.
Taking that kick on the far side is Hannah Keogh, the freshman, and really good placement, I would say, just over the head of an NC State forward there. And a good opportunity there by number 14, Taylor Porter to get that ball in towards the goal, but just not quite kicked hard enough, and McCauley on the Elon side was able to corral that ball in and get rid of it. Right now we're seeing Elon trying to just generate a little bit of offense. They're trying to push the ball forward, and it's certainly something that they need to look to do.
Well, right now the forwards for NC State are not allowing them to do that. They almost have a triple threat going right now. It looks like for NC State it's going to be Stengel as well as Porter and Crystal Cordova who are up front, and they just seem to be alternating and rotating through, putting on pressure as we get some subs in here. But that worked out really well. They're able to force a clearance that goes out of bounds, and the Lady Wolfpack have a throw in here on the near side.
The Wolfpack will have a throw, and coming in is Mackenzie Gravebill, number 5, the sophomore. Coming in for 3, Jenna Kawa. Coming out was also Maxine Blackwood, one of the forwards. And I can't quite tell who's come in for her. I think that's Crystal Cordova, as you just said.
I believe it was Brittany Stanko who came in as well, and she's one to look out for. She can be quiet at times, but when she decides to, she can make the difference in a game. Out on the outside, she's one of those quick outside mids with good footwork who can put you in good positions quickly.
Elon will throw this ball in here on NC State's side of the field. Certainly looking to generate some offense. NC State will control the ball off the throw in. Great through ball on the ground. NC State will control this around midfield. Kicking that up the Gravebill. Attempted the cross just off of a body of an Elon defender.
Well, that ball came up a little bit too quickly. The entire back line of the Phoenix was already back across half when Cordova comes across with it, and she has no one to pass to. That's why that stalls out.
And Elon with a threatening opportunity. Cleared out by Bonner, but not quite. Elon will control this one. Turn it over to NC State. Back to Elon. A physical play. It's going to be a foul on NC State, and it looks like they're going to call this one outside of the box, so it's going to be a free kick for Elon.
Still a very good chance. It's only going to be 3 or 4 yards outside of that 18-yard box. So you do have the chance here, if you have a strong enough leg, to launch a ball at the net. If not, it's very easy to just chip one right over to the far post where someone from Elon will have a great angle on the ball.
It's going to be interesting to see what Elon elects to do on this kick. Stankel's instructing her wall where she wants him to move.
Well, Sydney Schilling taking the kicks, and she's a left foot, so we'll see what she does with it.
Goes off of a couple NC State heads. Over to Bonner, who just clears this ball out and gets rid of that threat.
It was a good job by NC State and their defenders to retreat quickly. There were only 2 white shirts there to greet that ball, and there was no one for the Phoenix. So I'm not sure why they hadn't broken, if they weren't ready for the kick or what, but NC State does a good job getting rid of the threat.
At least for now they did, Chris. Stowe just kicked the ball out, and Elon will have a throw in here. Just misplayed by Elon. That's going to be turned over to NC State, and Hannah Keogh will be taking this throw in. controlled by the back line of NC State.
Excellent job getting back by Brittany Stanko there. She just came in and swiped that away. Elon player not seeing her coming from behind, and NC State has the ball back.
Elon certainly is pressuring with their forwards and midfielders right now, just trying to keep the ball threatening and not let NC State get another opportunity.
We can see how they've adjusted defensively as well. NC State likes using the outer parts of the pitch, and now Elon trapping them there with 3 players whenever they're down along the sideline. It's worked out really well.
The cross by Elon on the far side of the field has gone off of an NC State body. That'll be Sydney Schilling, who tried to cross it and got it knocked away.
Looks like it'll be Nia Spearman to take the throw in. And based on where the Phoenix are setting up, they're expecting at least some sort of long throw, unless it looks like Gradle, I believe, is back there with no one marking her back towards the 18-yard box, but this does look like a long throw.
A very long throw.
And right now, the crosses for Elon are not to the right spots. Everything is in towards the net, which gives Stell just a better chance of coming out and picking the ball off like she does there. They need to find a way to get those balls out a little bit further where they have some space to shoot.
If they continue to put it in the same spot, I mean, they're not going to generate much offense that way, at least. This will be a throw-in on the far side for Elon.
It'll be Spearman again, so I expect another long throw. And where Elon is setting up, there's a lot of space in the middle of the box there. They're leaving it, though. They must be expecting one right in at the goal line.
Spearman has such a strong arm, but just off an NC State head.
That is a good job attacking defensively by NC State, and they've been able to limit chances that way. But going back to that throw-in, it did look like getting up slowly was Kendall Bellotti, as she took a ball in the back of the head. One of the NC State defenders comes in, like I said, attacks the ball, heads it right into the back of her, but she looks okay back at the back line now.
Good job, NC State controlling the ball here off of the goal kick. Working forward up to Kene Keogh, the freshman. That'll be a throw-in for NC State now. Good job by the Elon defender to save that from being a corner.
Good hustle by Bellotti there to keep it, as you said, as a throw-in, but NC State doing a good job here, getting it deep and possessing.
Keogh with the cross just too far back in the box, not up enough to where her girls were. NC State controlling on the far side, not losing this opportunity completely. Moving the ball forward here, thwarted by an Elon defender.
Tamaiko maybe a little bit too selfish right now. She's had some good runs. You just saw one there, but she's got to find a way to dish it before she gets in, surrounded by Phoenix defenders again. It's happened twice now. We'll see if she starts to make the adjustment and get rid of the ball earlier. But that's the thing about soccer is when you run that much, you get worn out. And one of the coaches I had always said, let the ball do the work. 1, 2, 3 touches and move the ball. Give it to somebody else and force the other team to chase. And right now, both teams, when they've possessed the ball, have done a fairly good job of that. And that's why you're seeing a tight game with some good chances on both sides.
We're going to see good defense here by NC State, just able to knock that ball out, but off of the Elon defender, so Keogh will take this throw in here. And just as I said earlier, this footwork goes all around. I mean, Taylor Porter there just a good move. But unfortunately, NC State was able to turn the ball over. Elon has possession around midfield. And as we've talked about so many times, just good passes are what's going to be important for this Elon team and able to get something going. Keogh moving the ball forward. And now we got a move here by Gravebill, number 5 for NC State. A weak cross just kind of killed that attempt.
Just a little bit too cute, trying to make one too many passes there. And you see Cordova after the big collision. That's the second collision that Tamaiko's had today. She's toughing it out. But back to that last run for NC State, one too many passes. I think Graybill would have been better to take that to the corner and try to get one across.
A stronger cross certainly would have been something that Graybill could have took there. The clear out is up to Elon around midfield. Controlling the ball, trying to generate some more offense as we hit the 4-minute mark of this first half. And this will be an important 4 minutes, Chris. This is going to determine momentum going into that second half. Misplayed by Stelgis, but it looks like we're going to have an offsides call there for Elon.
NC State dodges one there, and even though Hamer isn't able to hit the net with that one, still a good chance. Fortunately for NC State, she was offsides.
What would have been a real good attempt for Elon and a real bad mistake for NC State turned into a good break. Keogh will deflect the ball, so NC State controls it around midfield. Certainly not lacking much energy right now, just moving the ball forward, trying to look for an opportunity here on the far side. That's kicked out. That'll be a throw-in for NC State.
Well, there you see Stanko showing off a little bit of her speed, getting down there. But it looked like she was matched by Schilling. That might be why Schilling came in. If I'm not mistaken, she came in right around the same time. She may be there to try and keep Stanko in check.
And a goal kick here from Macaulay. Right to NC State, but controlled by Elon here around midfield. The fans cheering, really, they want NC State to move the ball forward, but not sure if NC State's going to be able to generate another opportunity in these next 2 minutes. They might focus on playing keep away from Elon if they're able to.
Well, this is certainly the chance to do so, and it amp up the energy. To end a half, you get a break afterwards to recuperate, and you want to go in with the momentum, but right now NC State seems content to sit back and let Elon get the chances, and that's why you see Elon with the possession for most of this so far. Now, right now, the roles almost seem completely reversed. We saw NC State attacking defensively just 15 minutes ago, and it's working out really well. They get the scoring chance, and they put it home. But right now, you look at it, they have 9 of their 10 field players pushed back past the center circle. They're really not looking for any offense here. They're definitely playing to finish this half 1-0.
And it's certainly something you want to do as NC State. I mean, first halves have not been a problem for NC State here in this season. It's been the second half that they need to look out for.
Well, they're going to have to watch out for Elon here. A good chance here at the end of the half.
Almost a good opportunity there by Elon, but just not quite a good enough cross, and NC State's able to control this ball at midfield. We have 27 seconds left in the half.
Watch out for Graybill here on the near side. She's got some space.
Would have been a good opportunity, just misplayed a little bit by NC State on the far side. Down to 10 seconds. And that'll conclude the first half of play here from Raleigh, North Carolina. The Wolfpack up 1-0 on the Elon Phoenix. And Chris, looking at this first half, what have you seen from this Wolfpack club that has made you happy, I guess, or pleased you, but seen from this Elon club that has also, maybe threatening for NC State?
Well, the way Elon finished the half was exactly how you want to, with the energy and with the momentum. I think going into the second half, you have to give the edge a little bit to Elon. They are down 1-0, but they have played very well since giving up that goal, and they've had the better chances since then. If they come out and start to find those last passes, because they do a good job getting it down into the box, it's that last pass to get the chance to score that they haven't found. If they can find that one or two times, they could find themselves walking away with their first victory against the NC State Wolfpack tonight.
And folks, you heard it here first, but we'll be right back after a short intermission, about 15 minutes long. Chris, thank you. This is Wolfpack Sports Television with Sam LaFell. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Raleigh, folks. This is Sam LaFell alongside Chris Lehman. We're back for the second half of the NC State Wolfpack against the Elon Phoenix. NC State currently holds the game 1-0 with a 25-yard volley by Ella Bonner back in the 25th minute. Chris, what do you look for NC State to do in this second half to be able to prevent Elon from scoring and getting on top?
Well, the easiest way to do that is possession. Just possess the ball, and they did a very good job of that for most of the game. The question is, what will they do to come out of the half? Because Elon finished with a lot of energy, and they looked very good. If they start out that way and NC State doesn't come ready, I think we're going to be looking at a tie ball game very quickly. But I expect NC State to come out and take over and control the ball. One more goal, I think, would do it. Just find a way to get it, hold on to the ball, and take home a win.
It's a good analysis, Chris. If we think back to the San Diego game, San Diego scored 2 goals in the second half in the 50th minute and the 56th minute. So that shows within these first 10, 15 minutes of the second half, NC State really needs to defend. And this is an opportunity here for Elon. NC State just pressuring. That's no call. That'll be right over at NC State. Stelgis will stay in the goal for NC State here and just cover that ball. But a threatening opportunity there for Elon in the first 20 seconds of this first half. Stelgis will clear that down. Elon will control it on the far end of the field. Kick it back. The back line's holding it. NC State applying some nice pressure here to the back line and able to get the ball turned over in their offensive zone. With the ball in the corner here is number 6 for NC State, but just not able to capitalize on an opportunity.
These are the plays that NC State has to win. They did a pretty good job in the first half of winning goal kicks and punts. We'll see if they can do the same here. This is where you really can dictate the possession of a game. Teams that come down with balls out of the air are going to possess the ball a lot more.
And that's important if you're going to keep clearing the ball and keep moving it downfield. Goal kicks, free kicks, anything where the ball is in the air, you need to be able to control it and not turn the ball over on those.
And NC State wasn't able to control that one, but a good job. You see Gentry over there as well as Kalwa to push the ball to the outside and keep it there, because Elon has possessed the ball down there for about 30 seconds now, and they're just now getting into the box off that throw.
NC State able to control it, clears it out to midfield, and that's over there to number 3 for Elon. And that's Amanda Lassiter, clearing it back to the back line. Back over to Lassiter. The ball on the ground up. Good defense there by NC State to not let that ball go through. That's 22, Caitlin Bach.
Well, you already see a difference in the way the second half is being played. Both teams maybe conserving a little bit of energy for the second half. They played a lot farther off the back line in the first half, both teams, and now we're seeing a little bit more pressure up front, at least from Elon to start. NC State hasn't really had a chance to do so. They've been stuck in their own half. They're going to have to find a way to get this ball. They have possession of it now, but they're going to have to find a way to hold on to it.
Possession definitely important for the NC State squad here, just to not let Elon capitalize on those opportunities, and NC State needs to have their own opportunities. NC State with some good ball movement here in the zone. That's Tamaiko with the ball here, getting ready to cross on the ground over, and Elon just clears that out, and that'll be a throw in again for Dana Tamaiko over there in the corner.
That's another good run by Tamaiko. She's generating a lot of chances just with runs from the back. Anytime you can get those overlapping runs down the outside, you're going to get some chances, and NC State's doing a good job of that right now.
Good idea there, but that was number 20, Rachel Cox, to just try and cross that ball, but not able to get it.
Yeah, it looks like it deflected off of an Elon defender, so NC State going to have a corner kick.
And this will be NC State's third corner kick of the game, and Chris, that matches their season total. And I mean, that was only 2 games, but still 3 in 1 game compared to 3 between 2 games is pretty good.
You're looking at a little bit different level of competition here as well. Not to take anything away from Elon, especially with the way that they played tonight. They've looked very good.
Almost a really good scoring opportunity there for NC State, but they still control the ball and haven't lost it yet. And the Elon defenders just swarming on the ball there for NC State, and Elon will take this ball up, looking for a scoring opportunity of their own. Running right beside is Allison Brown for NC State, not letting the offensive for Elon get cleared. And Brown will control this and kick it up here to the midfield, up to number 6, Crystal Cordova. Cordova turns it over, and Elon will not quite control it. Gets the ball back, Cordova does.
This is a breakneck pace right now. Both teams really charging through the middle of the field. Hasn't worked out either way as you see NC State lose it again. But a very high energy to start this game. That's going to settle down here soon. And that's what NC State will look for. Slow the game down and limit chances on both ends, because the less chances you give up, the less opportunities you have to give up your lead.
And really sloppy play around the middle, like you said, from both teams right now. Neither team really able to generate anything right now. But let's see if one team is able to capitalize on this momentum.
That ball just a little bit long from Stengel, but that's a good set of passing plays. And it's one of the things about soccer. We talked about it being like a puzzle. Each piece is almost like its own little game. 3v3, 2v2. You have to find a way to win those. NC State, on the outside at least, doing a good job of winning those smaller battles. That's why they had more chances. That's why you see them getting the corner kicks, and that's why you see them on top.
And again, NC State turns it over around midfield. Elon trying to move the ball up, just hit the back of the heels of one of their offenses. Now they move the ball up. NC State does.
You want to slow it down here if you're Cox. I'm not sure you want to try and attack 3 on 6. It looks like NC State's going to try that anyhow and not able to work it out.
Cox wins the foot race to the ball, and NC State will keep it up right now. Just too far out of reach on the side of Crystal Cordova now, and that'll be a goal kick for Hannah McCauley.
I think NC State a couple of times in transition have been a little bit over-anxious with the ball, and you saw it there. Elon has done a good job all night thwarting those counterattacks by pushing back with 4, 5, and 6 defenders. NC State, get it up, get the space, get established, and then start to work when you have the numbers you need. But these counterattacks for NC State right now not working with the numbers Elon keeps back.
And off the kick there, NC State will control the ball on their side of the field. Good pressure by Elon, but NC State will keep it for the throw-in, and that's Cox, number 20. And as you mentioned, numbers for Elon, anywhere NC State tries to get the ball on their own side of the field, they're playing against all the Elon players. I mean, there's not much that they can do to generate numbers, at least.
And you're taking words right out of my mouth. That was exactly what I was going to say. Very good attacking defensively as that one misses wide from Stengel. But very good consolidating the Wolfpack's chances and holding them, especially right down there. You saw what they've done very well defensively all night. The Phoenix really using the borders of the field as an extra defender. They pushed 3 defenders into that corner against 2 Wolfpack players, and there's no shot in a space that small for NC State to get anything done.
And I'm not sure what's happening right now, but McCauley keeps letting one of her defensive players take these kicks, and maybe her legs hurt. And NC State's back line will control this around the ACC's logo. Just clear to the other side of the field to Tamaiko. Maybe looking to generate some offense. Got some good movement now. Cox on the right side. Through the center. Cox trying to play this ball. Takes it. One Elon defender. Pushes her into a corner pretty much. Not much to do from here, but Cox able to work her way out of it. Get it over to one of her own. And that was off of McCauley, who tried to defend it and dropped it out of bounds, so NC State will have a corner here.
That was a good job there by Rachel Cox to get that one in. As soon as she ran out of space, she slowed herself down and gave herself some time to look for that open spot. She found it just back about 5 yards, right along the sideline when she was able to get that ball across. Good patience there, something we haven't seen with NC State here in the second half.
Corner kick just a bit long over everyone's heads.
Well, the good news for NC State's not a goal kick. That ball did not curl out on the goal line. It stayed off the sideline. So this will be a very deep throw and a chance here if NC State wants to push in and pressure and keep the ball in the end.
That'll be Joe Richards on the throw-in for Elon. Moving the ball up pretty quickly now. Around midfield. A good series of passes. NC State will choose to work that ball out and get set up on defense again. The throw in on the far side for Elon, able to try and control this ball, but not quite. NC State will clear it back out.
And this is where NC State sometimes gets into a bind, and it's something you might see when they face off against some ACC opponents, is they're pushing a lot of players back. As a matter of fact, they pushed everyone back on that to defend the ball, and when they're able to clear it out because there's not enough space to move with it, they give the ball right back to the back line and start all over on the defensive side.
And a header by Tamaika will move the ball out here for Elon. Last header in the Gustiero. NC State's beginning to challenge the back line if you're Elon. And you saw Stengel run up on McCauley there because she's noticed that McCauley hasn't been taking any of her goal kicks. And so really pressuring McCauley to get that ball out. Elon misplays the ball and is forced to clear it out, so this will be a throw-in for NC State. Tamika was looking for Cox, but the ball got intercepted by Elon and moved forward here now. And Cox will control this ball at midfield. Moving it forward. Good pass, and NC State might have something working, but nobody there in the middle. And Elon clears the ball out once again. That was a great play by Crystal Cordova there to control the ball. Great pass by Cox there, but just not much working for NC State on the inside right now.
Well, the movement off the ball wasn't there on the opposite side of the field. You needed somebody crashing so you had a target on the cross, and there wasn't on there for Cordova.
Good energy there by NC State, but that's going to be rolled out of bounds, and this will be a goal kick or free kick for Elon now as one of their players will take it. And we've noticed throughout this game, Chris, that NC State really isn't very proactive when it comes to moving off the ball. They're very reactive when one of their players gets the ball inside and is able to maybe cross, and then they run forward, but Chris, they need to be running forward before they get that opportunity, and they haven't been doing that this game.
No, you're exactly right, and you see it right here. There are a couple of players moving off the ball, but all the way on the other side of the field. Caroline Gentry now starting to make some moves as the ball works its way across to the far side, but the entire field needs to be moving and finding that open space and anticipate what's going to happen next.
A notable amount of time for NC State controlling that ball in Elon's zone, but nothing really resulting from that. And Elon really challenging on the far side right now, but ends up kicking the ball out of play, and this will be a throw-in for NC State.
I'm a little bit surprised Elon not pacing themselves a little bit more. NC State, you talk about it, no result in terms of a goal, but they did have a lot of possession. They've eaten up 15 minutes off of the clock already, down to the final 30 of this contest. But we're going to see a good chance here for Elon, and this might be a make-or-break kind of opportunity. They've been spending a lot of energy here at the start of the half to try and pressure that back line for NC State, and it hasn't worked out yet. This is a chance here with a free kick on this side, on their offensive side of the half, to put a ball in and get a good chance to even this score.
And despite using a lot of substitutions, your players are going to get tired. And a good play there by Stelgis to just control this ball and was able to catch it, unlike that one time we saw last half.
Oh, that one was just too deep. When a goalkeeper can stay in their net and just catch the ball, that's not where you want that one played. It was played inside the 6. That ball needs to come a little bit more across as opposed to towards the net.
Good distance there on the clear by Stelgis to just get that ball way over another other side of the field. And this will be a throw-in for Elon as NC State defends. And a little push off the ball there by Tomiko.
And we might be getting a card here. It looks like Tomiko is going to get a card for that. See, the referee not reaching for his book yet. Maybe just a warning, but a little bit of a collision there between Tomiko and Baliatico for Elon. It looks like it is just a warning, but you have to be careful with those extracurriculars out there sometimes.
And chalk that one a little bit up to size. Tomiko not being very big, so that's why I believe she didn't get a card, because not much she could do to knock someone over. I mean, NC State will have the throw in here on the far side. 28:52 remaining in the second half. And once again, Chris, I mean, playing keep away from Elon in their own zone is certainly a good move here by NC State. But seeing they can generate some offense here, maybe put that second goal in to put this game a little bit harder out of reach, a little bit more out of reach. The cross, just a bit high on the header.
And they're going to call Stengel, I believe. She had hands on the back of the Elon defender on that one. But another good chance, and this is exactly what you want to do if you're NC State. Get some possession down in your offensive half, find the occasional chance, and just run this clock down. If you have a chance to add a goal, that would be great. But their job right now is just to possess and run this clock.
Macaulay gets rid of this ball to a nice series of chants and jeers by NC State fans. The back line will control this for NC State right now. Chris, I think what NC State really needs to do is just keep Elon on their heels as opposed to on their toes. You don't want Elon to get any opportunities. And right here, we have Casey Cordova with a good move, but again, this off-ball movement, there's nobody really there for her.
That was a nasty move there by Cordova. The nutmeg on the back heel. Good look. And that's the kind of creative play you need down in a corner like that to try and free yourself up. Didn't quite work out, though. We're going to have a big substitution coming here. I believe that they're going to stop it up. 3 NC State players coming in, 2 Phoenix players. We'll see who's coming off. Looks like it's Cordova, Gentry, and Stengel leaving the field for NC State. We'll see Ella Bonner stepping in. I believe Alexa Allen, also one of the Lady Wolfpack, to take to the field.
Well, Chris, we'll certainly find out throughout the course of play if we're unable to tell who the substitutions were right about now. That'll be foul on the Wolfpack here, so for a free kick on Elon's side. Up the midfield, and NC State controls it on their back line again. A little bit what NC State's really looking for here in the second half is just time of possession. That's got to be one of the most important things in their minds right now.
Well, that's exactly what they're doing. You're starting to see, at least for now, Elon is sliding off a little bit. If they have a chance, I expect to see them bump up the energy again, but they look like they might save it for the last 15 or so.
NC State will play this on the near side. That's off of number 3 for Elon. That's Amanda Lassiter. So NC State will have the ball to Michael on a throw-in. Michael moving this ball up. Over to Cox. The ball in the corner here. This will be a throw-in for Cox.
Ball is tipped out by Elon. Cox lucky, though, there, trying to take some off the throw. She may have lifted up that back foot, which technically would have been an illegal throw, but she gets away with it, and NC State's got a corner chance.
Certainly notable 5th corner of the game for NC State. The kick just a little bit too far there by Cox, and Elon clears this ball out. But NC State still retaining possession. Tomaiko moving the ball up. Over to Cox again. And Cox will throw the ball in a very similar sequence to what we just saw.
Well, there's not a lot of support down low. As a matter of fact, only 2 Wolfpack players in the box.
And a good opportunity almost there by Blackwood, but just nothing generating from it. Elon tries to clear the ball out, but it's back over to Cox. Back to Tomiko. Tomiko clears the ball, centers the ball. Just outside that 18-yard box. Nobody really there helping out in the middle. Another throw in for NC State. And just absolutely running time off this clock, Chris.
That's exactly what you want to do if you're NC State. Hold on to possession, keep the ball out of the dangerous areas, and if you can find a way to score, here's the chance. And they're going to call offsides there. That's the right call. You could see Rachel Cox a little bit hesitant to give that ball off to her teammate Blackwood, who was offsides on the play. That's who the call is on, and she stepped back in, but not in time to receive that ball.
McCauley with the kick. Nobody clearly controlling it, but that's off of an Elon foot, so that'll be an NC State throw-in for Tomiko here. And that'll be Alexa Allen working with the ball on the near side. To the middle, intercepted by Elon, and Elon will take control. Looking forward, a good attempt on the through ball by Elon. NC State just able to keep the ball out, keep any opportunity really not there. But Elon will have a good throw in now. And two substitutions here for Elon coming into the game. Number 5, Jenny Reamer, and number 25, Susanna Anderson.
I expect to see the energy level jump up here a little bit. Get some fresh bodies out. They're going to have a chance, and here they come.
Here they come, and NC State's able to get the ball back, though, and just control that in the back line up. Moved up to Blackwood, who's just trying to hold on to the ball, get it into a safe zone. And Cox is back to Tomiko. Over now working on the far side, which we haven't seen much of in the second half.
The Wolfpack have had more chances here on the other side, as you have Tomiko and Cox over here who've both played very well in this game. And Tomiko again making a run here down the right side. And that's going to have to be
contact.
That was an easy call there for the referee, grabbing the jersey there. Slightly surprised. That was a borderline football tackle. I'm a little bit surprised we don't at least see a warning out of that.
A very aggressive play there by Sydney Schilling.
Well, they've been aggressive on Tomiko. We've also been watching number 17, Grace Bennett, go at it with Tomiko all night. They understand that she has the potential to change a game, and they're doing everything they can to hold her off the scoreboard.
A good kick there by NC State, but just not able to find an offensive player to get anything generating. But again, able to control the ball in Elon's zone, and that's what's been paying off for him in this half with 19:20 remaining in the second half.
Well, something that's working favorably for Elon is a very lenient referee tonight. He's let a lot go. We've seen referees here at Dale Soccer Park call a little bit more sometimes, but Elon, with the size differential, getting away with a little bit more pushing and shoving and tugging, and that's working out well for them. They dispossess NC State again.
For sure, Chris, and I think that was something that Elon was able to pick up on early on, was that the refs are either going to call everything or they're going to put the whistles in their pockets, and tonight they've been a little bit more on the side of having the whistles in their pockets, that's for sure. And Elon will look to move this ball up. Way to keep the ball in there, and Amanda Lassiter working the ball up, but just not able to find her offensive counterpart. Good header by Elon, attempt to control the ball, now working on the far side. Working in the middle, ball moved forward. A good move by Elon there. Cross, but just a little bit too much. Didn't have a lot of room to work with there, Elon did.
Well, the chance that you saw there is one that you're going is a chance that you would makes you want to put another one in the back of the net for the Wolfpack, because there have been a lot of chances like that for Elon where we talked about this at the end of the first half. They just couldn't quite connect that last dot to find the goal, and you saw it there. If they do find a way to do that, they're going to tie the games. For NC State, you might at this stage look to attack a little bit more. You've done a great job possessing the ball in the offensive half. It's time to attack a little bit more and maybe get that insurance goal.
And this is about the time that NC State would need it. They've made some substitutions with number 25, Caroline Gentry, coming back in. If NC State can really look to generate some offense right now, now they have an opportunity. Working on the far side, they attempt the cross, goes off of the Elon foot, and that'll be a corner kick for NC State, number 6 of the game. NC State really needs to look to make something happen off of these corner kicks. I mean, certainly law of averages would say after enough time, something's got to happen.
And even if you aren't able to score, the big thing for NC State, and one of the reasons to some extent okay that they've fouled a lot in this half, is every time the ball stops, the clock keeps going. That's just the way soccer works. So you see over there, I believe that's Tamika who made her way over there to take that kick, taking her time setting up.
Kawa.
And it is Kawa, so she's taking her time setting up, taking some time off the clock while she does so.
Again, controlled by NC State here. What an opportunity, and another goal for NC State. These are just two ridiculous goals that they've scored, but you're looking at number 7, Alexa Allen, the redshirt junior out of Buford, Georgia. What a play. Chris, what did you see on that allowed NC State to get that second goal?
That was just pure hustle by Allen. She gets to the ball first, reaches out the foot, and clearly Macaulay not ready for it. I don't blame her. It certainly looked like her defender had that one well in hand, but pure hustle, and that's what NC State needs. Now with 16-12 left in this game, you're starting to put it away, and now you have a little bit of leeway if you make a mistake, and give up a goal.
And after enough time of possession, I mean, for NC State, that they were just controlling the ball in Elon's zone, that goal was bound to happen after a while. And Elon really needs to have a sense of urgency now with 15:50 remaining in the second half. And 2 goals, you're thinking about 1 every 7.5 minutes, and that's a difficult feat to do. Gentry moving the ball forward. Strong kick to the opposite side. Way to connect with her counterpart there on the far side of the field. NC State threatening again off of an Elon defender.
Well, that pass from Gentry was more impressive than it looks like on video. To time that and to put just the right touch on it so that it stays in bounds for your teammate was perfect. And it's got NC State in a great position. You have a deep throw in here and a chance maybe to add another one quickly.
And NC State, not really, I mean, the opportunity there was there, but missing it wasn't that big of a deal given the 2-0 lead. Though in the future you would look to take a better opportunity than that one.
Well, even at this point with a 2-0 lead, you give yourself some chances like that. At the very least, we talked about it with the corner kick, you're wasting some time off the clock and putting less time there for Elon when the ball's in play. So at this point, it's almost fire away, and if you have an open angle, go for it.
Buchanan will take the kick again after being serenaded by the Wolfpack crowd. Elon controlling the ball in the middle. They really need to get something going here. Connecting on some passes through the middle of the zone, able to work the ball up, and NC State looking a little bit confused on defense. Not too bad, but need to make sure they know where the ball's going and who they're on. Way to fall on the ball there by Sturgis in order to prevent number 25 Susanna Anderson for Elon able to get there.
Still just a little bit lucky on that one, though. Not a good angle. You saw her have to turn a little bit towards that ball. That's why she was so late and almost didn't get there in time. So need to work a little bit on those angles here. It's early in the season, and with the 2-0 lead, you can afford those kinds of mistakes, especially when you're able to recover from it. But that's something against an ACC opponent that's likely a top 25 team that you can't have.
And it's the little things, that's for sure. Anderson there didn't have a lot of speed, so she was able to, still just was able to do that. But if you're facing someone with a lot of speed, say Tamaiko for NC State or any of these counterparts for Elon, that they're gonna beat you on that.
And I think NC State sitting back a little bit too much. It's been about 4 minutes at this point since their goal, but you see Elon, they know they need goals. They're pushing up, and they're getting all the chances right now. NC State's content to sit back and try and finish this out. That's not necessarily a good decision. 2-goal leads can be very dangerous sometimes.
Mainly given the sense of urgency for Elon, now they realize they're down 2-0 and they know they need a goal and they know they don't have a lot of time. And if they are able to get that one goal to answer, then you have the momentum and you can ride that momentum in order to get that second goal. And then all of a sudden the game's tied 2-2 and you were just up 2-0.
That's the big thing about two-goal leads right there, is you can give up that momentum and it turns very quickly on you. But here's a chance. This is a girl you can't give space to, and that's Tamaiko. She's got the entire right side.
A lot of room to work with, and maybe just got a little excited on that one. He kicked that ball too far.
Yeah, and that was maybe not a situation for a through ball. Once you get in that close, there's not enough space. And in that case, it was Stengel making the run. Not a lot of time and space for her down in that corner. You maybe look to take it yourself if you're Tamaiko and find a cross. A skilled player like Stengel's going to know to go to the front of the net.
We have some substitutions here for NC State. That's going to be number 22, Caitlin Bach, coming back in the game, and that's number 27, Michelle Astrike, coming in the game. Astrike with the throw-in. Good way by NC State here just to control the ball again in the Elon zone.
At this point, you'll see them every once in a while give a push just to put Elon back on their heels. You talked about it earlier. It's what you want to do if you're NC State, not really give them any chances to force you to react to something. But you'll see them do that every once in a while, but it looks like at this point you see a lot of players dropped back, and unless you get a chance like this coming, there aren't going to be many pushing up.
And a good idea by Gentry there just to get the ball forward, but Elon's backline will control it and hopefully look to generate some offense with 9:50 remaining in the second half. And down by 2 goals, you're really looking to score this next goal within the next 2 or 3 minutes, so you have time to work with. Good attempt there by Elon, but just not quite enough on it, and the ball bounced right over everyone's heads and right in the hands of Steljas.
The big problem for Elon tonight, they've had a good number of chances, but the problem for them is that ball is going too far in towards the net and not enough across. If they can work on that and get that ball across, they would probably have at least 1 goal in this game.
That's certainly something to work on in practice that I'm sure the coach will talk about.
Here you're really going to see NC State milk the clock back in their own end. Lots of space. They're going to take every bit of it and just hold on to this ball now that we're under 10 minutes in this contest.
Elon really looking to move the ball forward, but not much room to operate with.
That's what happens. You see NC State's got 9 defenders back now, only 1 pushed up, and Allen. So they're really just going to sit back and let the balls come in and just push them back out here in the last 8 minutes.
We'll see continuing substitutions here for Elon. It looks like they're just trying to figure out what lineup they want to work with, as they've substituted many times in this game and really not sure who they want to consistently play with, or it's just a game plan to keep fresh legs in at all time.
I think it's more getting experience to everyone at this point. Down 2 with 7 minutes left. It's not out of the question that they come back and tie the score, but not nearly as likely. Now you just try to get everyone on your roster some time against a strong Division I opponent in the Wolfpack and a strong conference, ACC, when it comes to soccer. So the more experience you can get against skilled competition, the better for Elon.
And that'll be the same case for NC State, too, for most of the season, I'm sure. Starting 5 freshmen today, including the one in goal in Stelgis. But they're really looking to help their players gain some experience and really look for some opportunities to grow as a team.
NC State just continues to eat this clock here. Every time they get possession, they hold on and then clear it out. And they're forcing Elon to continue to start over from around half field, and that's making it very difficult on the Phoenix right now, especially when NC State's pushing back so many defenders.
And a good scoring opportunity here for Elon. Moving the ball in, and a good dive by Stelgis to keep that ball from going any further. But this will be a corner here for Elon. And with 5:44 remaining in the half and the clock still running, this is when Elon needs the strike, because even if they score here, they won't have a lot of time to get one after this.
Well, for NC State, you saw about the last thing that you really wanted to see here in this game, and I mean that in a positive way. Stelgis finally gets challenged, and she makes a good save there on a hard shot. But everything else has worked really well for NC State for the most part tonight.
It's been a good outing by the Wolfpack, and not much offense being able to generate from that corner, as it's just more of a line drive. Not much under it. Elon will have the throw in on the far side. There will be another substitution. Another long throw in there by Elon, just really able to generate some offense with those tonight. And that'll lead to another corner.
Yeah, and it looks like NC State's going to put in some substitutions here when they get a chance.
A good play by Stelgis just to knock the ball out. Elon just trying to capitalize on that. Another opportunity there, but blocked out by Stelgis, and apparently off of an Elon foot, as NC State will get the ball and able to make some substitutions.
Oh, you've definitely seen what you wanted to see out of NC State. It came late, but you see that Stelgis able to keep herself in the game even when she's not being challenged that much. Those were shots 6 and 7, as opposed to NC State, who's got 10 and really has pulled off the gas since that second goal. So to see her stay composed and make some good saves, that really rounds out this Wolfpack performance tonight.
Certainly is something you want to see. You don't want to see your goalie just waiting back on their heels and not being ready for an opposing scoring opportunity.
I think last year was a good year for Stelgis. She got a good amount of time. Got roughed up a little bit playing for NC State last year, but you can see how it has changed her a little bit. She's got more confidence this year, especially against an opponent like Elon, which is not nearly as intimidating as some of the teams that she'll see down the road. But a good confident start for the Wolfpack keeper.
And still just last year averaging about 2 goals a game given up, so definitely gaining experience and able to get a lot of minutes last year, and hopefully coming out this year to look to bring that average down and make a much better performance overall there. The throw in for Elon off of a couple NC State bodies. Way to clear it downfield there by NC State. Just rolled out about midfield, and that'll be in for Elon at the 3:20 mark remaining in the second half. And if you're Elon, this door is just about shut if you don't really get on the gas pedal right about now. They need to move this ball down. They need to score right now. Other than that, this door is just about done.
Well, NC State's just doing a good job at this point. Elon, I think, is just trying to get any kind of chance that they can find one goal here to end this game to avoid the blank sheet. But it's been NC State dictating the play for the majority of this second half. A couple chances they gave up where they weren't in control, but they've maintained possession, kept the ball for the most part on their offensive half, and limited the chances that Elon has been able to get. And most of the really quality chances Elon has had have come here near the end of the game, with NC State already up 2-0. So in terms of the second half, NC State played it almost exactly how they needed to win this game.
And we talked about at the beginning of the second half, NC State may be getting an insurance goal, and exactly what they did here tonight. And as we close on this 2 minutes, we can pretty much assume that NC State is played through the second half, and they will continue to play through the second half, just as you said, exactly how they need to in order to close out this victory. Keogh with a long kick.
And I'm not sure about that decision there by the Elon player to make a touch on that ball. It gives NC State possession back and deepen their offensive half.
That'll be a foul called there on NC State and a free kick for Elon. Moved out, and Elon really pushing right about now just to get one goal, and as you said, not have the blank sheet. But NC State again, just they're ready for that attack, and they're playing good defense. They're not on their heels.
Well, NC State shifted 100% to defense. You can see that now. Everybody is back, aside for 2 players. Looks like Cordova, one of them, but they've committed everything to keeping the ball out of dangerous areas by their own net.
Down to 35 seconds, and Chris, I'm not really sure there's much else that Elon's going to do through this game.
They'll give one last charge here. You see the long kick from McCauley, and they'll give it one last charge here. NC State really, with Bonner possessing now, has it halfway. Gentry now. It's all about just finishing it.
Down to 9 seconds. And that'll do it here from Raleigh, North Carolina. That's a Wolfpack victory, 2-0. The first win out of the gates for the Wolfpack. That's their 3rd game this season. The 2-0 win over Elon will be their first, and will be arguably, or not arguably, excuse me, the most impressive performance that they've shown us so far. Chris, overall, I mean, they didn't do much wrong this game. They were able to capitalize on the opportunities that were good opportunities, but What did you see from your perspective that was really good for the Wolfpack that they can utilize for the rest of this season?
Well, I may have to disagree with you a little bit and say that this was just as impressive as the other performances that they've put on. You look at the teams they played, San Diego and Pepperdine. Pepperdine, we mentioned it, a top 25 team. San Diego right on the cusp. So you're looking at two very good teams. NC State just comes out and does the same thing against a team that's not quite as good as those two and has their way. They did everything they were supposed to do tonight. A couple of times where you see the energy level go down, but that's soccer sometimes. It just fluctuates like that. So a very good performance. They took care of the ball. They possessed it and did exactly what they were supposed to, and as a result, it's a 2-0 win.
Well, folks, you heard it here first, and again, that is a 2-0 Wolfpack victory over the Elon Phoenix. I'm Sam LaFell alongside Chris Lehman, along with the rest of our crew, Logan, Ben, and Abby. We are signing off. This is Wolfpack Sports Television bringing you Into the Pack. Have a good night.